Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models. This is issue 19 of Building the Terminator, the T800 from Hachette. In this issue we have some bits. This is an unusual issue in that we're just using the bits that they supply. No other bits are used, no other parts are being used. So let's get out what we need. Bag of screws, as ever. Let's open them, why not? We'll get them all open now before we delve into the magazine and see what's going on. Got some interesting different shaped screws, ones with sort of washers attached to them there, and some of the normal teeny tiny little ones. Right, so let's see what we got. We got 1, 2, 3 of them and 5 of those, so probably one spare of each of them by the looks of it, as per normal. Right, in the magazine we have assembling the head motor, which is what we've just got. As it says, we've got 3 of them. 6 of them. It says 6. 6. Is there 6? Oh, there's one escaped. So yes, there are 6. 5 of which we'll probably be using. 3 different plastic bits and the motor. Right. So to assemble. Note. In some steps we have used tweezers to grip the parts. This is done for clarity in the photographs. It may not be necessary to use tweezers. It may be, but it may not be. Either it is or it isn't necessary to use things that they don't tell you about. There might be a chance to use the tweezers from the tool set because the screwdrivers don't work. I'm not going to risk it. Right, so we have the 2 parts. They go together like that. It's not exactly tweezerage needed for that. Just do that and then put them back together with 2 screws. Let's grab a screw. Oh, I'll grab a screw. It's only slightly magnetic, this screwdriver. So yeah, as ever when putting in 2 screws, put one in a bit and then go back and put the other one in a bit. It just helps to make sure things are lined up properly. You'll be fed up with me telling you that every time I do some screws at the end of the day. So it goes together a little bit further in for all of that, because the screws are actually sort of not countersunk, but they're flush underneath inside that bit. So just feel it until they get tight and they're home. That's that bit. That's nice and easy. Screws are positioned in the corner, yeah, because that's the only place that had screw holes in it. Who'd have thought it? Right. So that's connected together. So we've actually got a little rotating bit that only goes around because of the stop against the post there. Okay. Right, use the motor housing onto that bit. Again, it only goes one way round. It's not rocket science. Align the tabs on the side of the motor with the housing. Raise sockets. This is using the big ones with the washer on it, because you can't use the other ones. They won't fit. Well, they'll fit, but they won't actually do any job, do any good, because the hole in the metal bit is bigger. So that's most of the way down with that one. Not that this can go very far because it sort of locates over the top of itself. Right, before proceeding, check the alignment of the cog assembly. It should be positioned as shown so that the wedge on the rotating disc butts up against the wedge on the housing. So before we put this on, we've got to make sure it's in the right orientation. So looking at it from this side, the wedge on the housing round here, that's where that goes, like that. Okay, got that way round, and then we put it together. And there's 3 screws to hold that on there, so that goes against there. It'll only go one way round because the 3 things aren't line up. that goes on there, and then turning that shouldn't be possible because we're turning the entire motor. So although the motor is actually not rotating at all, that's fixed solid. There's obviously more gears in there than we can see and get to. So we've got the 3 screws as expected, leaving 1 spare. So we're getting 1 lined up, getting a second one lined up, making sure that that's still where that should be in relation to the little stoppage point, the wedge. Second one in there, and a third one finally. Fitted down there. Tighten that down. That's still where it should be. That's in there. That's okay. Cool. And that is the end of this issue. Not, I say, nothing to do with anything else. This is the a jaw motor, I believe it said, wouldn't it? Does it say? Yeah. So this is for the mouth, the jaw motor. So we've got that there, all assembled together. A little bit of movement there, so it's probably these need tightening down a little bit more, maybe. No, they're as tight as it goes, so there's just a little bit of movement, but not enough to worry about. 2 spare screws, I'll put them aside. So that's that. That was this issue. In the rest of the issue, we're talking about the Iron Giant. Obviously a big giant robot, which, yeah, it's a big giant robot, I'll give you that. Observing the Known Universe Part 3. Continuing on from that. And next time we'll be back with mounting the assembled motor inside the Terminator endoskeleton's head. So a few more bits and some brackets to put that inside the head. So next time we'll be using that and the head. So I'll get them ready. I'll get next issue ready, and it will be available very shortly for your viewing pleasure. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon for more. Bye bye.